Hi, this is Fred Bretsky, and I'm teaching from my place from what I like to call my living whiteboard or animated whiteboard. And we're going to continue on with a little animation on the third year shop at Sait. And of course, this is going to happen in T102, our main commercial shop at the Sait Aldred building. And this will be on commercial circuit venting, and it'll be on the right-hand mezzanine. Now, we designed this in case you want to do another shop or another circuit vent on the right mezzanine instead of the left one. So at first, I'm showing you kind of a top view of both bathrooms. So you're able to do two rough-ins here, and there's a pony wall in between these two piping schematics, and they're both pretty much identical. One group would do this side and another group would do this side. So let's pull it up and see it from one side like this. And there you go. We'll make it about even. I'm going to pull it a little higher up so it makes it easier. Pull it out a little bit so I can write right on the and straighten it up a bit. So we can write right on the board and match our code clauses. So here we are. So we have pre-drilled the holes in the shop, so I'm just going to solidify it or anchor this project right now so it doesn't move all around. So this works good. Our plumber's in the way, but we can still do that. So we're going to do the circuit vent here. So we only have so many holes pre-drilled in the concrete mezzanine, and this is going to help match it. So as you can see, the floor level is going to be right here underneath these toilets. There's your floor level, which is invisible. And you want to look at clauses 2531 in your code book, and that's all on circuit venting. And of course, what would be the table on circuit venting? This table would be 2583, right? And that's the circuit vent table. So you should have those two sections open in your 2015 Canadian National Plumbing Code. So let's start at the beginning of the circuit vent and see how we did this. So here we have the beginning of the circuit vent. The circuit vent is always the most upstream part. And so this little part right here, just this little part here, is the wet portion of the circuit vent. That's pretty tight, isn't it? And this would be the dry portion of the circuit vent on this side anyhow, and that circuit vent's going to go all the way over to this TY over here. That's your whole dry circuit vent. That's the one that you size with this table, 2583, the dry portion. This little, very small wet portion, because we're dumping two lavs in here, well, we're going to size that by 258, oh wait, 2545, I meant 2545 subsection C. So 2545 sizes the wet portion of the circuit vent. And you know what it's going to be? It's going to be 2 inch. I'm going to give you a little hand there every time, that little portion. And then this portion right here is where we're going to have 3 urinals tie right into it. We'll just put P-traps in behind them and Ys and tie them right in, right? So that should be no problem. So this is a circuit vented branch. A circuit vented branch or a circuit vent is same story circuit venting. It's like a glorified wet vent. You can't go in another story before, but we're not. All we're doing is turning it down here. So this is a vertical drop in the circuit vented branch. So this one's kind of unique. And then below the floor, we're going to tie in these two toilets. These two toilets are worth 6 fixture units each, right? And these, as you can see here, they're all 3 fixture units each, just like the ones in behind. So if my whole circuit vented branch right here is going to go right from here, right here, to the actual relief vent, which is way over here. That's the circuit vented branch. This is the wet portion of the circuit vent right here, and that's the dry portion. So the actual circuit vent begins right here. So these 3 wall-hung urinals and these 2 toilets are being circuit vented. But how many do we count in the circumvented branch? You got to count the 2 lavs, the 3 urinals, and the 2 toilets, all in the circumvented branch. Not this one, because it's downstream of it. So what do we call this? We call this the relief vent right here, and this would be the wet portion of the relief vent right here. You'd size this by table 2581, the wet vent table, and above here you'd size this by 2573, one size smaller than this portion over here. How would you size the dry portion of the circumvent? You'd have to go right to the horizontal, and that would be its developed length from here all the way to here. So in the plumbing shop, you'd have to measure these meters to figure out the actual size of it on 2583. And so in between here, so this whole pipe right here that zigzags and goes up right to this urinal, that is all the circumvented branch, sized by table 2, 4, 10, 6B originally, and ultimately sized by, in circuit venting under 2531, sized by 25319B, which is the shortcut table, meaning that all circumvented branches have to be 3, or minimum circumvented branch of 3-inch when you have 3-inch and 2-inch circumvented branch or trap arms tied to it. So this ultimately will be a 3-inch circumvented branch right down to here. And now how do we size this part here? This part is a soil stack. It's sized by 2, 4, 10, 6, B. Oh, not B, sorry, A. The soil or waste stack table, depending on the fixture unit load, which is what you should be counting up, which is basically going to be all the fixtures on this side of this animation. So that's just a little bit of commercial circumventing. That's what we're going to do in our shop if we do it on the right hand side. If we do it on the left hand side, it'll be like my other animation, which is a little bit easier. So I hope you enjoyed that and learned a little bit. Until my next video.